Hey Facebook fans, Leticia Cline here with Harley-Davidson. Now Daytona Bike Week just kicked off, but right now we're coming to you live from Orlando Harley, my favorite dealer. These guys in my backyard kept me on the road for a long time. So last week, Harley-Davidson announced a new motorcycle to the Dark Custom lineup. It's the Street Rod, which is a raw, authentic machine. It's my first time seeing it. I'm pretty excited. But before we get into the details of the bike, comment below. I want to know where you're watching from. And I'm going to introduce a special friend of mine who I haven't seen for a couple of months since we were out in Aspen, Colorado at X Games. It's none other than the number 5 rider for the factory Harley-Davidson flat track team, Jake Johnson. So it's been a while, a lot warmer weather. How have you been?
I've been well. Just been really busy. I'm glad to be down here in Florida, out of that cold weather in Aspen, but it was a lot of fun. I'm excited just to be here in Orlando, and then to Daytona. Yeah. So love hearing motorcycles in the background. So I'm just excited.
Well, before we get into everything, explain to everyone what you were doing out at X Games.
Well, Harley had us out there to kind of announce the new Harley-Davidson factory flat track team, live during Winter X. So with myself, my teammate Brandon Robinson, and Kenny Coolbeth. So it was cool to be out there, and it was my first time at Winter X. So it's cool to be out and experience all that, see all the events and all that. And I'm really excited for Summer X in Minneapolis, where we'll actually get to compete. So. Yeah,
that's going on July in Minneapolis. It's X Games. Don't want to miss that. I'm excited for that, too. If you guys missed the interview that I did with these guys and you guys out there live for the Winter X, you can check that out. Saved in the videos on Harley-Davidson's Facebook page, but check that out after we're done here. So, you've thawed out. What have you been up to leading up to this event that's coming up soon?
Well, I've been pretty busy since Aspen. I've been testing quite a bit, the new race bikes, new XG750Rs. So making a lot of progress on them, and just been, training in the gym. Riding with my buddy Brandon, on the good days. So when the weather's nice. So we've been working hard. We got to put the work in, and now it's race time, so see how it all works out.
I heard you eliminated all distractions, too. You had a full-time job up until recently, right?
Yeah. I was worked in a machine shop as a machinist for probably 4, maybe 5 years, and I really enjoyed it a lot. But with this big effort, Harley-Davidson's putting into the flat track team and the XG750R, they're in 100%. Vance and Hines is behind it 100%. So I felt like I needed to do the same. Be a full-time motorcycle racer again, and be able to put the work in during the week, and like you said, no distractions. Just main focus is win races. So I'm excited to be in this position. Yeah,
well, hard work definitely pays off, and I know you got a lot, but I think it's going to pay off on Thursday. That's when the season opens in Daytona. Actually, this track is a little different. I mean, we've talked about it before, but there's a lot of new people out there watching. Can you tell everyone why this track is so special?
Yeah, I mean, Daytona is just special in general. The world center of racing. So, and typically in Daytona, I mean, for as long as I can remember, as long as I've been alive or racing, it's always been the Daytona short track. Right. Just a little small quarter-mile left-hand turns only, and on single-cylinder motorcycles. Now we're on the big twins. We'll be riding our XG750Rs on a TT, in the tri-oval at the Speedway, left turns, right turns, jump, front brakes, the whole deal. So it's exciting. It's a new track. I don't think anybody on the circuit has ever jumped, one of these things. So it's going to be new for everyone, and I'm excited for it. I think we're ready, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I heard about that. American Flat Track brought in a bunch of dirt from some top secret location. They built a TT track, put a Supercross track on top of it. So what are you expecting for these track conditions?
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a surprise for all of us, but I expect it to be fast, and I've seen a lot of videos and photos as the track's being built, and they're putting a ton of work into it. So it's going to be a fast track. It's going to run basically the whole length of the grass, in the infield. So it's going to have a big fast straightaway. Right-hand corner, big jump. So I'm excited. Like I said, it's none of us are going to see it probably until maybe Wednesday night if we can sneak in there, or Thursday morning when we show up. So a lot of unknowns, but that's what's going to make it exciting, and you're not going to want to miss it.
No, I'm looking forward to this. I've had it marked on my calendar for a long time. We're going to be rooting for you guys for sure. For those of you just tuning in, we're here with Harley-Davidson Factory Flat Track Racer number 5, Jake Johnson, and he's going to be bringing it to you on Thursday for sure. But right now, we're going to get your first impressions of the brand new street rod, which has got it's kind of cut from the same cloth. It's the X750 powertrain. So, Jake, I had a chance to talk to one of the guys that actually took the time to bring this bike to life, and I got to tell you that he really spent a lot of time paying attention to details. So they built this bike to be a perfect, nimble, get-around-town ripper, which it looks like it is. It looks like it's going to be fun. You've been around performance machinery your entire life. What do you think about this bike?
I think it's awesome. When they first announced it, I went on Harley's website and kind of checked out some photos, but I kind of fell in love with it when I first saw it. Now I see it in person, and it reminds me a lot of our race bikes.
Really?
Our XG750Rs. Just the performance suspension and just the whole stance. The light nimbleness of the whole thing reminds me a lot of our flat track bikes. So it's I'm a little biased, but looking at it, it's the type of motorcycle I'd like to have. Right. Me too. I mean, just to get into some of the specifics of it, and to start from the front, you got 43 millimeter black anodized inverted front forks, which is part of an overall enhanced chassis. That makes for like a greater lean angle and a much sportier handling. And then if you go down to the wheels, it's 17-inch front and back wheels, black cast wheels, which is for styling. It has the split 7-spoke look, which is pretty cool, but the size of the wheel allows you to have much greater options when it comes to tires. And then you've got that big dual disc front brake up there, which is more confident braking power. I mean, you don't even run brakes on your bikes most of the time. So what do you think about that? Yeah, not typically. Luckily at the Daytona TT we'll have front brakes, but there's nothing that makes you feel better than having some good brakes and those big dual rotors up there with that nice 17-inch wheel and tire. You're confident you're going to get this thing stopped. So that's the first thing I look at. Obviously performance, and it's got it right there. Yeah, and it comes optional in the U.S. for ABS, which is nice to always have the option. Going up to the top, you've got these nice wide drag style bars, and that really puts the rider in an aggressive fist forward position. Not only does it look tough, but I mean, it just makes for a much better ride. That's kind of the position that I like to be in when I ride, especially maneuvering through traffic or downtown or whatever. But getting to this motor, the Revolution X motor, it's 18% more horsepower, 8% more torque. It redlines at 9,000 RPMs, and it's got power in every gear. I'm excited to try it. I haven't tried it, but it sounds like quite a beast. And then, going back to the back, just how this whole bike handles, you've got the Piggyback Reservoir rear shocks, which just allows for more travel, I believe. Am I right about this? Am I doing right? Yeah. I mean, more travel. Obviously, they have adjustable preload, so it's just more performance, more adjustability, and, a good quality suspension. That's the bottom line right there. Seems like it sets up for a really good lean angle, which makes riding a lot more fun in your commute. You've got in the back, keeping back here, you've got LED lights, turn signals. You've got the Street Fighter tail section, which is really cool. They've put on a different seat on this one. You've got different graphics. You've got the bar and shield on the tail section, different tank graphics. You've got a color match speed screen up front, makes just for styling. This looks pretty cool. And then I love the bar and mirrors that they have. Now that's something that people most of the time do custom on their bikes, but this comes stock on this one, which is also amazing. It comes in 3 colors. You've got vivid black, charcoal gray, and a olive gold, which is also nice. I mean, have you sit on one of these things? No, not yet, but I think I'm going to. Yeah, give it a try. I want to see what you think about it. Now, I know you got a busy schedule, but I mean, if you ever get a chance to ride and you got one of these things, what's your dream ride? Man, I don't know. I think just getting a few of these things up into Pennsylvania, and my teammate Brandon Robinson doesn't live far, and it would be cool just to shred these things, down some backcountry roads, maybe even take it down into Philly, cruise downtown, and it seems like a bike that would be fun doing any of that. It's light, nimble, but like I said, it's got some good tires and get some lean angle and some power on them back roads.
Yeah, for sure. Guys out there, Daytona is the end of hibernation. This is when you get out and ride. So if you guys are thinking about riding, maybe you can go on a ride with me and Jake here. And you don't know how, you can sign up at Harley-Davidson's Riding Academy. We have a ton of locations everywhere. It's pretty easy. You don't have to have a ton of coordination. I'm probably the clumsiest person on 2 feet, but I can ride a motorcycle. And if you can ride a bicycle, you can ride a bike too. You can go to h/d.com to sign up. Just a few days and you're off on the road living your dreams, which is pretty amazing. I have to throw that out there because getting people on the road is a big passion of mine for sure. But we want to get back to racing, which is what you do best. So after the TT race on Thursday, are you going to be sticking around for the new race, the Concrete Clash on the Coast? It's the indoor track, Dr. Pepper syrup track down in Main Street on Daytona.
No, unfortunately, I'm pretty bummed. I'm going to miss it. I got to get back home and get ready for the next round next weekend. But I heard you're going to be racing.
I am. I'm so stoked. I'm really excited. I've been spending a ton of time getting my 750 dialed in, down to the wire. I kind of feel like I'm on a reality show, to be honest with you. And after we're done with this, I'm actually driving 2 hours to go pick up my tank, put it on, get it to the track. I'm not going to have time to race it before I race. But that's the way us hooligans do. We just get out there and wing it. I've been busy trying to get it built, but I've had a great garage here, Standard, that's been helping me get it all dialed in. So I'm pretty stoked. Yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks so much. Well, I know you have a ton of prep to do, so we're not going to keep you for long. I'm just going to run through a couple of things, and I'm just going to get your last thoughts. For those of you out there who are at Daytona Bike Week or thinking about coming to Daytona Bike Week, or maybe you're just sitting at home bummed out because you can't be here, let me tell you about all the awesome things that we have besides Jake and this new bike at Daytona. We got all the 2017 models, and we got demo rides for them too, which is pretty amazing. We have the Ives brothers doing the Wall of Death every day, all day. I've seen it a million times, and every time I feel like it's my first time. You'll never forget that show. We got police out there doing demos. These guys are precision on bikers or baggers that you've never seen. If you can do that, you're a pretty amazing rider. I want to learn how to do that, actually. We've got a ton of parts and accessories, and if you want to party, we got you covered on that too. Just head on down to Main Street for any of the Harley-Davidson sponsored events, concerts, rides. We've got it all there. You can go to h/d.com/Daytona to find out more, or you can go to h/d.com to find out about this new street rod. And you got to tune in for my race on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be doing it live. I'm not going to be doing the live feed this time. I'm going to be out there on the track bringing it to you. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I mean, you want to add any last comments here?
I'm just really impressed with this new street rod 750, and if you guys want to check out anything about the flat track, you can follow my Instagram at Jake5Johnson, and try to keep you guys updated what's going on at the American flat track events throughout the season, and follow this girl here. She'll be doing some cool stuff, some cool rides, some hooligan racing. So it's cool stuff going on.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone cheer on the Harley-Davidson Factory flat track team. They're going to show the world what an XG750R can do on a TT track. I can't wait. That's it. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys later.